I have a space-themed shirt on. It's some shirt I got at it was a AWS reInvent convention. So it happened to be a space shirt. So anyway, all right, let's hop into the game. We resume saved. Season 5. Yeah. Little cat in space. Who knows? So at the end of the last stream, I told you that I was going to let Bob run a bunch and do a bunch of science out in space. Let's take a look at Bob. What is this? Selected object. I don't want. Okay, that's great. Thanks. So this here is. So today's mission. Well, we're gonna turn in some of the science. So this is Bob. He's actually not done. I did a bunch of science, but he has a lot more to still process. But it was taking a long time. He's already been up here for quite a few days, and then I transmitted some science back. So now we have science back there we can use, and he's actually gonna keep on doing experiments up in space. So let's let him do his thing. I just wanted to show that he's there. And he's happy. He's doing some science. Okay, so let's hop into, let's go back to the Space Center. Now that we have more science, we're going to go to the research station first. And we're going to look to see what we want to get. So we have 200 right now. And we can get more if we waited for Bob to do some more experiments, we can get more. One of the things I was looking at is probably this. So we could have, this says it holds 3, but I believe it's actually 6 with one of the add-ons we have. I think, or it's actually a different one that has 3. Either way, it has at least 3, so that'll be helpful for having more people go up, and some different cockpits and stuff. So that'll be easier for. And then I think this is a larger server space, so we can make our ship larger. We don't have to worry as much about a smaller space. We can have more people go up. So when we kind of redesign the ship, so that would be probably everything we would use. Another option is we can get the mainsail, which is a really, really powerful rocket to start, or engine. So that would get us boosted up faster. We could change our design a little bit. So that's, I'm leaning towards this, but let's also look at, so the solar panels, the really cool ones that we really want are out here. So it's a little further away. And that's the big solar panels. You like the Apollo model for this thing this year? Yeah, I was actually looking at the because they have an expansion out, but I'm not gonna get that for this season. This season will be just regular game and then modded. So we couldn't get that. If we got this, that we'd have 40 left, and I believe we don't have enough. That's okay. Yeah, so if we got this, that would be it. So I think we'll get this, and we will work on redesigning our ship to under the the plans of using this. Let's go ahead and get that. So now we have some more things to play with. So we're actually going to redesign our ship. So we're going to start over. So we want to start with this. It has a ladder and it can hold possibly 3. Actually, so if we just go crew. Yeah, so this thing is actually just 3. One thing we are going to want to actually do before we launch is we're going to want to hire a new scientist, because right now our current scientist is already up there. So how do your seasons work? It's kind of like I'll play a full game. And then usually each one has different missions. Like the first one, I think, was it was a bunch of us who hadn't really played Kerbal Space Program, and our objective was to try and get to the moon, landing, and then back. So that was the whole thing. It was a competition between us. And then I forget what season 2 was. I think one of the seasons was multiplayer, where we were playing a multiplayer server and we were having fun with that. Eventually we ended up kind of crashing it because we had too many things going on. So when I'm designing this, what I want to do is make it so they can actually just go through the inside of it. So my plan is I'm going to have a larger service bay, which I don't know if they can walk through. I'm guessing they can't. So I might have that lower down, and I'm going to have the science device So there's a couple different ones that we can mess with. This one behaves a little bit differently. So this can hold 4 crew. It can process... let's compare these. So this is, for science experiments, it can rerunnable and resettable. I'm trying to see if what does the input say for this? So the input is just electricity. And it can store data. Okay. And then this one is... This module provides all the instruments, computers, and snacks Kerbal researchers need to find out just how fascinating space really is. You'll need to have experiment modules present at your station to give them something to do. So this is the research lab, and this produces Eurekas. And then we're able to, for instance, use that with this. So they can use Eurekas to run an experiment on plant growth. Okay. So that takes 50, and then this is, looks like per hour. So after, 2 days or so, then they'd be able to run an experiment on plant growth, I guess, is how that works. And I believe this won't... Oh, it will sort of attach. Not exactly. We need a different cockpit, but... Okay. So I think I'm going to bring this as part of it. And then I'm also going to maybe bring this guy. I can't see this thing anymore. So this will... So this is where they'll be able to process and do some experiments with the regular science in the game. This is the one where they'll be able to ponder stuff and then do experiments, plan experiments in this thing. So we'll see. Welcome, Taps the Gear. So we'll see how that works. I believe that's how that works. And what we want to do is we're going to want to make sure that when they exit these things, if they ever have to exit, that it'll be on the correct sides. We also want to find out, because they may need to reset the experiments. Thank you for the host, Taps the Gear. They may need to reset experiments. We'll see. But so down here, no, actually, I think they can reset experiments from inside this. So that should be fine. We'll see. Inside of this, so underneath this, we want to have a heat shield. So what's the size? Nope. We want a bigger heat shield there, because this is the re-entry. We're actually going to re-enter with this. Because I think that if you have the heat shield, let's say here, underneath this, they can't travel through that. Because I'm assuming that's the case. So no fuel crossover. And I'm assuming that then the people can't also cross through it. We could test that. Let's test it. So let's detach this. Let's put this on there and then put that on there. Let's put in a crew. So we're just gonna put this one thing over there, and we're gonna see how that behaves. So let's so this one we're gonna be going up with the I guess I'd have to have a name for this thing. We don't have a lot of stuff to it yet, but it's gonna be the Eureka, although I don't know how to spell that. If I right click on this guy? No, I can't do that in this view. Okay, hold on. Let me try and get the how to spell Eureka. Science MK2. It could be. Is this the MK2? I forget what I even put on there. It's the MK13. Eureka. There we go. Thank you for getting it closer to me. Thank you. So we're going to call this one the Eureka1. And we're not going to, it's obviously not going to do much, but let's go to the launch pad. We have one dude. What I'm going to see is, can this guy transfer through without having to go through ladders? So he's up here right now. We want to do transfer crew. Alright, let's go here. So it transfers from somewhere else into that. Okay, so I believe that it doesn't go through there. Oh, Mark, I see. I gotcha. Let's go... Oh, I see. Science Mark 2. Oh, okay. I gotcha. So we want to recover the vessel. So they can't go through the heat shield, I believe, which I assumed. But so let's go and adjust. So we want to remove the heat shield. The plan is to come back with this whole thing. So now that that's on there, let's try again. So now he's inside the top thing, and we want to transfer crew. Interesting. No crew available in that part. So this one, they see it, and this one, you can't transfer from that. Huh. Interesting. I wonder how you transfer from inside. Okay, well, all right. That's fine. So now what we want to test is we want to try out the ladders. You have to transfer from top to bottom. Okay, all right, let's try that. So if I say transfer crew, oh, I see. Okay, then I select the thing. So was I able to do that yesterday? Anyway, okay, so now he's inside of here. Yes. I think. How do I tell? I mean, this guy's not a thing. He's in there? What do you see? Let's EVA. Yeah, okay, so one thing is, at the very least, I want to rotate that. Although, yeah, I do want to rotate that. So I'm going to rotate that building. And then the next thing I want to do... well, we'll start with that. So board, recover the vessel. We're going to rotate that building, but not the thing below it. So let's go into here. In case we want to use the ladder for some reason. We want this thing to actually be built properly. So we're going to detach this, because the ladder's on that side. For some reason, this one goes in defaulted to be in a stupid position. So let's do this. Rotate it. We want to have it snap. Okay. Perfect. Reattach. And then just to make sure that everything's fine, we're going to pop in here. Let's EVA. Climb down. Oh, don't die. Okay, so we need ladders apparently at the top of that. Okay. Welcome, Pulse. So we want to recover the vessel. It's interesting that there's not enough ladders at that spot. Oh, I was going to say, do we just earn science? And then we want to recover this. Huh. Well, that seems silly. That they wouldn't have enough ladders built in here to make that work. Okay, so let's put in a ladder. This is why we're doing this. I'm glad he didn't die. So we have a ladder now. Connecting there and I guess here. And then this one looks like it has a ladder all the way. Okay. And then, well, I guess while we're doing ladders, let's put a ladder on here. And then let's actually open this up as well to see if there's ladders to make any sense. Okay, no, that makes... I mean, they can't get to the thing, technically, but they still might be able to. Okay. So save and go to launch. Let's try this again. So we want to EVA. Okay, now you can actually climb. That's great. We want to board. We want to EVA. Awesome. And then you can transition there just fine. Awesome. And then board. Awesome. And then I'm assuming you're going to get out on the proper side. I don't think there's actually one on the... Oh my goodness, I just dragged that thing. Okay, everything's fine. He's falling. He's losing his grip. How did the science go from the other ship? Good. So we got... I've gotten a bunch of science from it. I got like 2... Interesting. I can't go any lower than that. I mean, I don't think it really matters, but that's weird. It's also weird that he goes up, but... What's this option? Climb out? Whatever. I don't know. Okay. So that's the important part. So let's go back into there. So he's actually still up there doing science right now. Bob is still doing science. I got a bunch of science. I got enough so I can get another piece, and then I haven't gone back to it. Looks like you have the docking alignment. Yes, I added the docking alignment mod, and a couple other things since you were here last, possibly. I forget. I've scoped out a couple other ones. So the other ones I'm considering about is Kerbal Health is another one, but I'm going to read about it because I feel like if I just add it in, it might be disastrous. The other one is signal delay. So when you just have like, so that when it actually sends a signal, there's a delay with the requests, which could be interesting. I guess now I think about it, that might cause some problems. But okay, so we need some more scientists. This guy is not too stupid. That's good. Because we're going to do a lot of sciencey things. So let's get a couple scientists. Nobody's lost. Yes. Okay. So now that we have some of the parts on there, we're going to mess around with Eurekas and regular science stuff. Now let's add a bunch of sciencey things into here. Obviously these ladders don't do anything, so let's just, because they're not working right for some reason. I don't really know what the deal is, but that's fine. Reclaim. I didn't do a reclaim mod. Because I don't have a budget, I decided not to really look into that. If I actually was playing career mode and I had a budget that I had to worry about money and stuff, then I might do that. But since I don't, it seemed like it wasn't useful, I guess. All right, so we're gonna put on a couple glue guys. Let's do 2 glue. This is the weird one where like they attach odd, I recall. We can put them on the wall, maybe. Are they? No, they're not. Is this the one where it didn't really? This isn't for this. No, okay. You can't attach them. They're attaching on the bottom. Interesting. Let's compare the service bays. Where were they? This thing here. So when this exists, these things, oh, they are being weird here too. How did I make this work before? Huh. Oh, for some reason the snapping makes it completely break. Okay, well, that's good. Thank you for the host, Ginger Ale. Welcome to the stream. You have to rotate them. Welcome, Ginger Ale. Welcome, Alien. Welcome. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Trying to read really quick. Welcome, Archie or Arky. I couldn't see it fast enough. Arky, I think. Welcome. Oh, something weird. Something in there. Welcome, Pixel Princess. Welcome. There's a name I don't recognize. Let me see if I can actually scroll up on this thing. Okay, yeah, it doesn't know how to scroll. That's cool. Welcome. Beard is the word. Bird is the word. Oh, bird is the word. Okay. Welcome, bird is the word. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, raiders. Thank you for the raid. Defend. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Welcome, everybody. Game is going great. We haven't lost anybody yet. We're still doing a good job. Let me play. There's some new people in your raid. Let me play the raid video for you guys. And we'll see what happens when we get raided. Welcome everybody. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool video. We're designing the Eureka1. Hope you're streaming well. What were you playing today? like S from the Puka. I don't think he's here right now, but he's a very, very talented guy. Let's add some attachments on here, or some experiments. No, I didn't. I hired a very talented guy who hangs out my streams to make that. I definitely couldn't do it. Train Sim World. That sounds cool. I got Railway Empire. It turned out not to be the best. Or at least I got really frustrated with it. Train Sim World. I have to check that one out. Let me write that down. Did you like it? I like trains. There's a lot of train games out there, so it's hard to figure out which ones are the good ones. It's fun, very cool if you stop at the right place. If you you have to like run the trains themselves. Also, yeah, thank you, Dapstick. I forgot to put that in. We're gonna add some more experiments on this guy. Oh, we should also put this, just in case something happens to the bottom of this thing. Like, actually, I don't know how this thing is gonna land properly. I didn't think about that. It actually teaches you how to drive the train. Ooh, I don't know if that's necessarily my my cup of tea. I have to think about that one. Right, we're also gonna need some stuff to have this thing drive, and then an antenna. So maybe that one I won't be as interested in. I like to do like the routes and things like that. Less so the well, I've never tried to drive it, I guess. So maybe that'd be fun. Okay, there we go. Antenna on the top, little robot thing. Place to store some of the experiment data. Need to go run. All right. Well, thank you very much for the raid. Appreciate that, as always. Always fun. All right. So we're gonna add in. So we put the robot up top. Let's add in some more of the science stuff. So we don't have those yet. Thermometers. Thank you for the follow, Pixel Princess. Welcome. I streamed this, and Minecraft is my other one that I often do. So thermometer inside might be tough to find. Let's actually put it on the outside. So we have two of them, one on either side. We actually, I mean, this is a really big service bay for what we're putting in there, but we're gonna add a couple of these guys. It's probably in the right spot. Yeah, Minecraft. Yeah, I play Minecraft quite a bit. Not recently. Right now, I'm very, very into this game, so I've neglected my other stuff. But oh, Science Junior. Oh, we can just put the Science Junior inside of it. Oh my god, that's so amazing. All right, let's adjust this, and then that one has enough space. Yeah, Science Junior can just hang out inside of this thing. Amazing. Fits so well. Okay, let's close these doors. All right, so the thermometer's on the outside. I think it looks good. We want to put the heat shield in the bottom. So one thing, this thing is going to tip over when it lands, unless we actually land it on its side. So I think what I might do is, so after I get in there, I'm going to actually, like, once I get past the burning stage of re-entry, I'm going to have parachutes on one side that will, you know, have it lower down on its own like that. And then we might have, I guess, for balancing, parachutes on the other side as well, but they won't actually fire. So we'll see how well that'll work. So let's do two. And then, so we're gonna have these like this. I don't know how easy it is to split them. We'll find out. Then we're gonna have to add a lot of solar panels. I guess I kind of want this to snap. So let's redo these. Make sure they're locked into place. I don't know exactly how heavy all this stuff is. We're gonna do a test run with no people first, just to make sure that this thing works. Okay, and then I guess let's do it. So that is balanced on either side, and then what we want to do is actually, we're going to split these up Oh, they're gonna stay together? Can we, oh, there we go, yeah. So just the ones. We're gonna move all the ones down here. Is that really working very well? No, probably not. Yeah, we'll do it from this point of view. Okay, yeah, so far so good. So this is 2 of them. This might be a silly plan, but I feel like this might work for... Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure that all the ones here are on one side. So the idea is that, well, I guess, I think about it. I guess I could actually fire all of them, and it would land where these are all fired and these are all fired, and so it would land, you know, as either this or this is the bottom. The other thing I kind of want to do is do what landing legs do I have? Because maybe I can land it so that it would actually like stay upright and not roll. So these are tiny landing legs. These are bigger ones. So what you'd want to do is have some landing legs. So these are extended. We want to rotate them. So let's first, I guess, attach that. Rotate this guy. We're going to rotate it that direction. Okay. Now we want to just move it. So I'm thinking here. I didn't need to mirror it. Although... no, we don't want this. Hold on. We'll get there. We'll eventually fly a ship today. I just want one. Want at least 3 for landing vertically. Yeah, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna land it, I guess, horizontally. With this side being, so I guess the other side, because of the way I split up the parachutes. So what I'm thinking is that I'll put it here, and then have them on that side facing this direction. So now we want to Alt copy. So that might be overkill, but that's okay. And then up here. So I don't know how this will work for aerodynamics and stuff. And so then we're going to do the same thing on this side. So it's not quite balanced in the right spot. I mean, this is gonna be, you know, down. But that might not really work too well for aerodynamics. We'll find out, I guess. Alright, so then the next one is gonna be on this side. And we need to rotate it. So we're gonna do rotate. This guy. Okay. And then we need to make sure it's in a good spot. So that makes sense for a landing part. Whether or not that's going to make sense for... So let's try and go from this angle, I guess. So I guess, so this is lined up with that. No, okay, so it's a little lower. Try to make it line up. So it might be a weird idea. We'll find out. If this thing starts spinning when I'm taking off, it might be because when doing this. Now, there won't be any people in it the first time I launch it, so that's a positive. Okay, and one more. Okay, there we go. I think it should just... You think it'll actually land vertically? This guy? What if I'm on a mountain? And also this thing, these only take... they will only hold up... I'm trying to understand. That's temperature. There's something about them, like how much they will be able to hold. So that's speed, temperature, and pressure. Well, okay, all right. We'll try it with just landing vertically. Although I'll then have to undo everything, but that's fine. We'll do that. Because I think what I'm doing is weird. This is a weird plan. So we'll try vertically. Try to land it vertically. And then we have another set up here. And then I want to remove these. I'll just start over with those. Okay, and then are they good? Okay, we're good. Okay, so we're gonna add parachutes, which I already have on here. Up top. So let's add a set. Oh, those are tiny. Let's add bigger parachutes. They will mess up. Right, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was kind of considering was going to happen. So we'll go 2 on the top, right below the window. And then we're going to add 4 on this section. And I think that might be enough for the weight. Do 3 set minimum. Yeah. I'll add another bunch. Just because there's a lot of stuff here going on. Okay. Then we want lots of solar panels. Although, so this section here, let me think. So this is gonna be what's gonna re-enter. I'm gonna have a little engine on the bottom of this, but I'm gonna have most of the stuff, outside of it. So I'm not gonna have as tall of a thing as I did last time. So hopefully it's more stable. So this middle thing will mostly just be, just like the complex that they're in. I will have one of these and then actually detach. A decoupler. And then a engine. So we'll go with, we want to have one of the big ones, big circumference ones, but we don't need one that's going to be, this is mostly just like a little fine tuning up in space if we need to. Okay. 1 per third where you, as you put 2 up the top. 1 per third where as you put 2 up top, not 3. I didn't follow what you were saying. Is this good, you think? You think I need less or whatever? Let me know. Okay, so we have that part. What I want to do is put on some solar panels. Mirroring. You want me to put 3 instead of these 2? Is that what you're trying to? I think that's might be what you're saying. Put 2 up top, not 3. I don't have anything that's 3 right now, I don't think. I mean, except there's 3 of these. Let me know. Okay. Let's do some solar panels. The top set of chutes, you only have 2, not 3. That's correct. You want me to have 3 there? All right, I'll try 3. We'll see what 3 looks like. So make sure it doesn't cover up the ladder. So I'll sort of put it on there so that it's flanking that and then covers up some of the logo. I guess we'll move it slightly down. There we go. Okay, so parachutes, detaching. We have an engine down there for backup stuff. I'll add this in the solar panels and stuff in a second. We want a radial decouplers. Let's go with 4. So we're going to attach them all onto here. So let's get a good spot. And then we will add the fuel tanks. See if that looks good. Looks good to me. And then we want cones. So I want the this first, and then that one on top. And I'll add struts and stuff later on. In real world, would dissipate and angle the weight more evenly. Gotcha. So we're gonna have this not super tall, but tall enough where we wanna. Okay, and then down here, let's add in our engines. That's not what I want. I can just go to engines. We're gonna add on this guy, skipper. Then we're gonna add more outside of that. So a decoupler. Oh, actually, while we have easy access to this stuff, let's add on our struts just to keep things safe, more stable. Doesn't work at all. This be something that it doesn't like. Let's go here. Okay, there we go. And then also across here. Across here. Okay. It's a little bit more stability. And let's see. Okay. I'm going to add on solar panels and stuff later on, but now let's go back to the decouplers. I'm going to add more rockets outside of this. So we're going to go here. Well, actually, where are they attached? We'll go here. And then also here. Okay. And we want engine or fuel tanks. Right here, and then another one below that. And for good measure, I don't know if I'll take off or not, but for good measure, let's put another one on here. We want to add fins also. I don't have any fins at all. I'll add fins in a second. Then we want cones. And we will add the engine on the bottom. Okay. And then we want to copy this and attach it right here. Let's try and get our angle working. This game's freaking out. Okay. Just trying to get them lined up properly. All right, let's take a look from up top. Okay. looks good. So now, struts. All right. And fins. Let's see. So we wanted these guys. Yeah, fuel lines as well. Yep. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oops. We'll see if I just rearrange stuff. We'll fix the staging in a second. Okay. We have some fins. Let's get some fins in this layer in here as well. And I don't think we need fins on the inside. Okay. So far, so good. Let's add struts between here and up to this. That didn't work. And then the same thing from here to here. Okay. And we don't have any batteries or solar panels yet. Your fuel lines. Let's add those before we forget. Okay. Fuel lines are in place. Fins, all those things. Now we need solar panels and lots of batteries. We don't have any food on here either. Let's add some food. Let's try to get... So this is... Here, we come... Nope, that's not gonna work either. Alright, we're gonna look... We're gonna build this thing in this little tiny space in here. Okay, so this is... Start scrolling down. So this is the fuel, and then that is the decoupler. No. So that's the decoupler. That's the fuel. Okay, for now we're going to put that over there. Let's get the life support. It's not how you spell life support. Okay, that didn't work. Let's just go down to life support. How big are these? Yeah. So we're going to add in some of these food things. Because we're going to have a bunch of crew. Not this first time we run it, but... Okay. So we have that. Is there anything else we want to put in there? So there's some of the recyclers and stuff, but I don't think we are ready yet with power consumption, so... And then I want to put this in there. Perfect. Okay. I'm sure some of the staging is wrong. We'll come back to that. All right. Now we want batteries. So there's a couple different options here. I could actually try and add batteries stacks on top of this. Oh, these are super small. Yeah, batteries. Let's make we'll see how unstable this gets. But we'll try to add, yeah, solar panels and batteries. So we'll see if this stack of batteries gets, because this holds twice as much as the other battery, which we'll put on some other ones too. But try this. All right, and then let's also add some of the other ones. So we can do mirroring like this, and we put them on either side of this. Oh, we're at 4 right now. I think I just switched though. Yeah, keep switching back to here. Just stay up. If I come up this way, are you gonna stay up too? Okay, good. Word up. Okay. Oh, sorry, I missed it. Word up, you. Oh, that was. I thought it was top secret for a second there. Welcome to Puka. Oh no, it switched. Let's try again. We watched your raid video earlier. Everybody enjoyed it. Let's change to 2. And then we'll try and get it to stay as 2. Oh no. If I hover over any part that's 4, it switches to 4. Okay, there we go. Now I have some batteries in there. I don't know what the charge amount is. We'll see. Ginger Ale rated. Yes, and we both have T in our names. Yeah, right. Yeah, you start out similar. And it's similar lengths. Anyway, now solar panels. So we still, all we have is this. We haven't gotten any new solar panels yet. We're going to do it with just 2. I'm going to put them along this guy. We probably won't really be using the ladder anyway, but I want to keep the ladder clear just in case we decide to go outside. Okay, we're up to 4 again. We'll see if that... No, I don't like that. I like 2. Wow, you're really stubborn about the... So we're going to put a bunch of solar panels on here. I'm trying to get them as precise as I can, so it looks nice. Oh, is that 4 again? Jerks. Okay, so we have some there, we have a lot of space up here. So this one we can actually go more. And it'll save us a little bit of time. I mean, we actually have less coverage because I'm not filling in those gaps, but it's good enough. All right, and then do we have enough space on here to store? Will that technically work? Maybe. Can't tell. I don't even putting it on. Here, we'll go like that. So we can still access that thing there. Okay, so a bunch of solar panels there. We can put some on here. We have some space. I just want to make sure that there's enough, because I don't know how much like these Eureka things will take to actually run. We'll see. And I guess I don't know what the other side look like. No, that would cover the door. We don't want to do that. Put one on the door, yeah. No, that sounds like a bad idea. I mean, yeah, for EVA stuff, it will be a bad idea. I will not. Okay, and over here. Okay, so that's maybe good enough for solar panels. One thing we actually can do is we're going to have a bunch of this other stuff, some of these other cone. So the inner part we're going to keep around. So let's actually add some here as well. So they're actually adding... So this, I guess this is still balanced. I mean, it's adding them... They're not on the other side of this rocket, but in terms of the whole thing, how much weight... How much do those weigh? Yeah, they... I mean, it's 0.005 tons. So, not very much at all. Compared to everything else I have on the ship. Yeah, we also don't know if this takes off yet. So we'll see. Okay, so there's some more solar. We can add more if it seems like we need it. But for now, maybe that's good enough. Is there anything else we're missing? So we have parachutes. I need to fix the staging. This is the Eureka1. Unmanned, yes, unmanned first time. So we have parachutes. Right. And then let's actually start from the bottom. So from the beginning, we're going to launch those 4 rockets plus these 4. Then, eventually, we're going to get rid of those outside ones. And then, eventually, we're going to get rid of these 4 outside rockets. And then we just have the little guy to do some final maneuvering. Saved. Unmanned. Saved. Have I saved? Sorry, asking. And then I detach, and then I'll be re-entering with those things. Game saved. Yeah. Game is saved. Okay. So we'll see if that's enough batteries and everything else. Let's get rid of our crew. Goodbye. Save. Go to launch. So that took a long time to design all that. I'm almost out of time. So today we're just going to do the unmanned version of this flight, and then I guess tomorrow's stream would be the manned version. So SAS on, throttle up, go. So it's heavy. We'll see how long it takes for it to take off. One thing I can do is I can remove some of these fuel tanks. So we'll see how long it takes before they actually lift off. Yeah, it's heavy stuff. And we are burning all those engines, so they're all going. So we'll see how empty those get before we start taking off, and then we can adjust how much we have. Oh yeah, I don't know if everybody saw this. I have a space cat with a bow tie shirt. The company is this Full Stack Operations, some company. That was at AWS convention I went to. Empty and still too heavy. Yeah, well they're half empty. Oh, we're taking off now. Okay, so it looks like if I remove half of the weight. But we can still test re-entry and stuff like that. Yeah, just had to get rid of half of it. Or I'll probably remove, I guess, two tanks from the outside layer. Yeah. If we had the mainsail engines, then it would probably go okay. But these other ones aren't as powerful as the mainsail. So far so good. We haven't gotten up very far yet, but hopefully we can get up high enough to re-enter and test out landing. Make sure this thing lands okay. Yeah, and there's no wobble yet, that's true. Although we're not very high quite yet. But yeah, I think that definitely having that inner part, like all the like sort of the science part of it being its own smaller part and being lower down and having engines on the side of it, I think is a lot better, because then we have less, less like wobbling as we get up. So we're about to get rid of all those engines. We can actually. And actually, so with this design, I'm able to, at this point, without getting rid of the other engines, also work on my gravity turn, which is pretty cool. Get rid of all those. Because I did the gravity turn, do I still have everything? Okay, everything's fine. Because I did the gravity turn, while I still had those other engines, they sort of, ran into me. Yeah, so this thing I can actually steer pretty well. This inner part, I need some struts in here, it looks like. It gets a little wobbly when I work on my angles. So this bottom part actually gets wobbly. I guess when I was designing this part, I added in these extra food things. So okay, so what is how do we look? Oh, the little symbol changed. Here we go. So yeah, we're still working on it. We're not quite there yet. I'm not necessarily trying to get to an orbit, but at least I want to get up a bit and then work on landing. I guess ideally, if I could test landing on a mountain, that would be perfect. So, over here. Although I didn't even add landing legs. So landing legs is the other thing I want to put on there. That means it's the apoapsis. That's what it means. So this is the higher of the spots, I guess. So like if it was a full thing, then the other side would be the periapsis, and so that's the closer of the two points. So yeah. All right, cool. So this so we used up quite a bit of fuel to get up here. So this probably wouldn't be good for the moon. A moon mission, but we can at least we could do test the Eureka stuff with this design still. So we'd still be doing Earth orbit stuff with this design, because this doesn't have enough fuel to actually make it up there. Yeah, heavy rocket is in space. Let's point to the maneuver node, and then I will. I'm actually going to be burning a little bit. And then kind of what I'm thinking is I'll just land over here. Although I don't have any landing legs. So that part of the test is not great. We'll just try and land in the ocean when we land. So we'll do an ocean landing here, and then when we actually land next time around, we'll plan on the landing being in the ocean. So let's go ahead and burn at 33 seconds. I think that seems like long enough for me. What do you guys think about the length of time that he's standing out there looking at the words? I think that's a good amount. All right, let's burn. And really, I guess we don't need this whole orbit because we're planning on landing. So what I'll do is, once the end of this, if only you could have... Yeah, all right, yeah. What I want is the bigger solar panels, so then I have more stuff. So what I'll do is, once this part of it, because it's going to slow down some, when it gets the friction. It's unlikely we land right there, but we'll expand it out a little bit more, and then we'll re-enter here. Okay, so point prograde. We're going to ditch all the engines. Test re-entry. So things we need to add before I forget. So we didn't add landing legs. I don't think we need them, but let's put them on. Landing legs. And what else do we want to remove? Let's say 2 fuel tanks from the outside. And we could add some of those, like the solid fuel booster kicks. So in the beginning, we'd have an extra bump. Oh yeah, struts on the inside. Struts. Let's go ahead. We're pointing prograde. We're going to remove. Which one is this? Yeah. We're going to remove all this stuff. Okay, we aren't... Why is that working? Oh, I guess we need to also remove all this stuff. Okay, and then we'll wait till that stuff clears a little bit, and then we'll rotate to be pointing retrograde. This could be a problem. It's not drifting as fast away as I would like, but we'll see. So inside struts, less fuel, landing legs, is that it? That might be it. Okay, so now I think we can rotate. This thing might run into us, we'll see. You wrote that stuff down, yep. Welcome to the stream. Real life grind. Oh, please don't. Oh, wait, stop. Just don't do it. Don't swing into that thing. Stop. I don't think it's going to clear that quite. We'll wait till this thing gets a little bit further away. We're not re-entering yet anyway. Or we're close to it, actually. I have a little sticky note. I can't read it. So this thing, yeah, this thing could be a problem. It is slightly drifting away, but it didn't clear as well as these things clear a lot better. I think because I dumped that thing first, and then these things afterwards, like, some of my push got a little messed up. But I guess we're okay. So this is the unmanned. So yeah, I don't know if you were watching earlier, but so this mission is just to test out the crash. This whole season 5 of my Kerbal Space Program stuff, the plan is to not have anybody die. So this is an unmanned test of this rocket before I actually put any people in it. I guess I'm gonna have to point retrograde and just hope that this thing is far enough away that I won't smash the top of this into it. Because usually when I play Kerbal Space Program, like if people die, get stranded or whatever, I'm like, oh, who cares? You know, whatever, I'll just replace them. So hopefully this thing won't run into me. We'll see, I guess. Yeah, I went retrograde, yep. You gonna clear? Goodbye, engine, and fuel, and lots of food. It's like many years worth of food. So what I'm curious on is how much of these batteries and stuff I have burn up on re-entry, because I've also attached them onto this part that sticks out a little bit. So we'll see. I think that guy's probably far enough away. Don't have to worry about them. So far so good. Nothing has any heat indicators. So it's positive. Those only term of the ship. Those are all the other parts of the ship that I've detached from. Okay, now we have a couple heat indicators. I can't tell what they're on. They're gone though. But they popped up briefly. I don't know what they were actually on. Okay, good. So we're done with all the heat. Everything is fine. Awesome. So now we get to see if we land properly. Is it in the water? No, we actually potentially are aiming right for that. I can't tell if it's water or not. This will be a good test. If we actually hit the ground, we'll see if how this thing behaves. Were they safe to deploy? I thought they were. We'll see. So we'll see if this thing lands upright. I didn't add any landing legs. So if it lands on land, what happens? If it lands in water, what happens? It'll be a test either way. Really, it's so dark, I can't tell. I'm assuming water. I think it'll be the shallow water, maybe. What are all those green lights? Batteries. Yeah, those are all batteries. Yep. I have a whole bunch of batteries attached to the outside. So it seems like it's coming in pretty quick, although these are about to go. So we'll see if these break. Okay. Realistically, those are kind of overlapped too much. I don't think they really function properly. They probably get tangled and break. Yeah, right on the shore. Well, maybe this will be a new area and I can do some science. If this thing doesn't fall over and blow up. Yeah, it looks. Yeah, I like the little battery stuff. Sometimes they stick out from the sides. Sometimes they have problems with them like burning up, but we're okay. Yeah. So realistically, the way I have these parachutes set up, they probably would get tangled up because they're too close together, I think. But it seems to function. Kerbal Space Program. Yeah, and now we wait to see once I actually get down there. I would speed up, but I don't know exactly where the ground is, and I have no shadow because it's like night on the side of Kerbin. So we'll see. Yeah, and I have no scientists. I mean, I have science stuff. So if this thing doesn't blow up, I can do some science if this is a new area. All right. So if it's a new area, then I can do some science. But I don't have anybody on board. This is an unmanned test. So I guess I'll speed up a tiny bit. All right, it's good. So, how sloped is this terrain? And even if it's flat, will this thing even stay up with no landing legs? Okay, so it tips over if the ground is tilted at all. So then what happens? Oh, it just fell over. Okay. And then there's enough. I think actually the batteries are helping with making the thing not roll. So that's good. All right, so now, is this a new area? Let's find out. Open these doors. Okay, now it's actually going to be more stable. Awesome. Let's observe the materials bay. Ah, so this is... What the heck is this? What is this gibberish? Anyway, so this is a new area. Cool. Kerbal Shores. Let's do some science experiments. We have a barometer here. Yeah, there's nobody way right on the docking door. Yeah, so like I said, yeah, it stopped. So I wouldn't be able to EVA. If I actually had people on here, I wouldn't be able to EVA. I have something else. What do I have? Oh, the thermometer. Yeah, if it was manned... Actually, so what I could do if it was manned... what I don't know is if this door is blocked, because I've made it so now they're going to go out of that bottom door, but I don't know if he'd be able to come out of this top hatch if the bottom one is blocked. But we don't have any people, so we can't test that theory. Okay, so I did all my science. Everything's good. We're going to recover. So we actually got some science, and we learned some things we have to fix about the ship. You could move them to the other parts. Yeah, right, exactly. So if I could actually and go out of that other door, then that would work out. So we got some science from that. Cool. And 50, that would only be enough for this tier here. So we don't have enough to really add anything, and I don't care about this stuff. So that's all planes. So before we end out the stream, let's do some of our changes we wanted to do, just so I don't forget. I mean, tomorrow we're going to be flying this with people, probably. So what I want to do is, so it's attached onto that. So I guess what we'll do is we will remove this and this. Put this back on. Try to. We'll get there. Okay, here we go. Is that going to be... Oh, it's not... I want 4 of these. We'll get there. There we go. Okay. And those wings, wing jack actually broke, like messed up itself. So we're gonna reattach it to this, based on where it decided to put the wing. There's some stuff in the way. All right. So if we go here, does it seem like the wing is in the right spot? No. All right. We got to figure out which one of these is in the right spot. So if I go here, no, we want to go. So we actually want to go on this side. Oh, sorry, you gotta run. See ya, the puka. We will be done shortly anyway. All right, so we have that one. Next, we want to remove this and this. And if we reattach to here, where's the fin? So I think the fin is in the wrong spot. So let's go here. Nope, that's still in the wrong spot. Let's go one more this direction. We'll get there. Okay, well, if we go here, will that be any better? Will you figure that out if I go like this? Oh, it's so painful sometimes. Alright, what if we change the angle to go like that? Will we figure this out? What if I go... Seems like there should be a different way of doing this. Oh, is it the right? Is that right? Not really, but we'll make it work. Okay. So then this times 4, we're going to move to here. These struts have broken. Times 4, okay. And then over here, these struts to here, okay. So we remove that. The next thing I was going to do is I was going to remove this top part here. How easy will that be to do? Oh yeah, that shouldn't be too bad. Maybe. So we're going to remove this. So we're going to need to put back in the struts and these cones, but otherwise it should be okay. Oh, and I guess some of the fuel lines. So we have the cone adapter. Yeah, and then struts. Okay, so we already have that one's in line. Then we have a fuel line going from this one in, and then we have a strut going from here to here, and here to here. Okay. The other thing that we wanted to get some struts in here. So let's get real close and personal. So we want a strut from here to here. and here to here. Okay, good. So that's the struts on the inside. We removed some of the fuel from the outside layer. And then we want to add landing legs on the bottom of this, just in case. And actually, that was going to be on this, I guess, which technically wouldn't really work. If I put landing legs here, I mean, they wouldn't be at the bottom, but maybe if it's tipping over, it'll help stabilize it so it won't roll. But I don't really have a good spot to attach them because I have this bay that opens up as the bottom. So let's add them here. We will start with them being closed, so that might help with stabilizing it so it doesn't roll as much. All right, so those are all the different changes we wanted to make. This is going to be the Eureka2 that we're going to launch tomorrow for the next stream. I think everything else should be functional. We will still do another unmanned test, like a brief one, not re-entry, but just does it take off, and how long does it take before it takes off. But then otherwise than that, I think that it's good to do a test with actual people. So that'll be tomorrow for tomorrow's stream. Hope everybody enjoyed watching. That'll be the end of today's stream. We learned some stuff. It's good times. All right, and then I might even, well, no, I guess we have enough science. I was gonna say I could run Bob to do some more science in between, but I think we have enough science to try this stuff out. So we're gonna try out Eureka inside of Earth's or Kerbin's atmosphere in orbit tomorrow.